Hey guys, we got Anthony here. Hey Anthony, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, we
Pleasure to be
finally
here.
got a chance to, do this together. I've been wanting to interview you for a while because I know that you got multiple withdrawals from my Forex funds in the past, and I've seen it in
Definitely.
person. So you're actually, one of the top five guys I really wanted to interview you. So I really appreciate you coming on, bro.
Hey, that's a pleasure, bro. That's a pleasure. It's great to be here, you know?
So how should people call you? Like, should they just call you Anthony?
Yeah, they call me Anthony.
Okay,
Like my nickname since I've been a kid's always been Amp. Like even my mom and dad call me Amp, but Anthony's fine. It's
that's
my
fine.
name, so yeah.
Okay. How did they give you that name? How did it come by?
I personally don't know. Everybody just started calling me
Oh,
Amp out of nowhere, and it just stuck. Yeah.
okay.
My bad if I look over here. I got three screens, so like
Nah,
I check
it's
over
okay.
here. You're over here, so
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
all right.
As long as the people can see your face
Yeah,
a little bit, it's fine.
for sure,
All
for
right.
sure.
So also the I mentioned the withdrawal part. Do you use my Forex funds as a main funded account? Do you use any other funded accounts, or have you used
Um,
any?
so I'm the first Forex firm that I've ever been with was FTMO, and
Hmm.
I ended up getting my account took for some pretty stupid stuff, trading too close to news. But
Uh,
I ever since then I've just been with my Forex funds. I've never really had any problems, and I always say if something's not broke, don't fix it. So I just stick with my Forex funds. I love them. I don't know. It's just always been smooth with me. I'm gonna finish maxing out my Forex funds this year, and then I want
hmm.
to go to FTMO because I do respect FTMO and everything they do. I
Yep.
just was ignorant to their rules at the time. I have no bad blood with them or nothing like that. Obviously, it was my fault for being ignorant to the rules, like I said.
Hmm.
So I will go to FTMO next, and that'll be my goal for the end of the year is to max out my Forex funds and FTMO.
Gotcha.
So one more 300K account. And well, actually, right now I'm funded 300K, but I'm working on 100K right now.
Hmm.
Because I like doing the bigger challenges, but to be honest, it's a big to me, it's like a bigger mental thing when you're doing like bigger accounts and it's on a challenge. When you're trading a bigger account, you can use smaller risks. Like I personally use 0.33, but like on a challenge, sometimes you feel pressure. So like I don't feel as much pressure when I just do 100K. So right
Hmm.
now I'm doing 100K, and I think after I do this 100K, get to 400, I'll end up going to a 200K and just finishing it out. That's my goal. But with FTMO, I think I'll just go ahead and bang it out with 200Ks back to back.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking to do. I stay away from all the other prop firms.
Mm.
Yeah,
Just in case, right? They could scam you and run away,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
was with Funding Talent. That was the first payout I ever got. And I got my first payout. I know Juan remembers this, but I got my first payout. I was super
Mhm.
stoked. It was really small too. I had a 100K account and I got paid like 3%. And then right after that, the next payout, I was actually up 8%. And I
Wow.
was really super stoked. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm getting my money. And then boom, they went under. So that now they didn't pay me out, but they paid me a refund. I
Hmm.
mean, whatever. It could have been zero. So at least
Right.
they paid me a refund. I don't know if you got with Funding Talent. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that right now. Whatever. Whatever.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your trading career. When did you get started? Like, who got you started with it?
Okay. So once upon a time, I was living in Los Angeles, and
Okay.
I was basically I kind of got into stocks, and
Mhm.
stocks turned into me like every day, like or every week I was putting more money into stocks, and it was right around the peak of COVID, like right when COVID came about.
Mhm.
So I basically ended up with about 12,000 in stocks, and then
Okay.
I had 3K left in my
Wow.
buying power on Robinhood.
Hmm.
And I sat there one day and I was on the computer. I'm on YouTube. I'm looking up like what should I do with this, da 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 da. And I found options trading. I had no clue what I was doing. I put all 3,000 into random calls and I put. I had
Random,
no idea what I was
not
doing.
Tesla.
Period.
Random.
Nah, just
Okay.
random stuff. It might have meant
Gotcha.
Tesla. I don't know. But long
Uh-huh.
story short, I put the 3K in.
Hmm.
I had the 12,000 in stocks. And then like I probably checked it or it was probably the next morning, and I still have screenshots on my phone I can show you.
Hmm.
My account went from 15K total to like 32,000 in about
Wow.
2, 3 days. And then I held it and I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of bag held. I didn't know what I was doing. So then the next day it went down to like 22, and then it came back up to 29, and I closed everything, even my
Hmm.
stocks. I withdrew about all of it. I
Wow.
left 5,000 total in, and it was like I'm gonna do it again, and I blew the 5,000, but I was up in profit
Yes.
total. So I was like, you know what? Before I blow the rest of this stuff that I just made, let me sit back and let me learn. And I'm not gonna lie,
Mhm,
I probably went a good 4 months of just straight losing, putting a
mhm,
thousand dollars in an account,
mhm.
maybe making 100 or 2, then losing it. And then I got with a really good group through one of my friends. And I got really cool with them. Like it was like a signal group, but I was more like in just like me, we were all like cool, and we all kind of just like made our own little group and we were actually doing pretty good. And then I don't know, as soon as I found Forex, I was like, whoa, this is
Did you
like
find out through your friend or
yeah,
just
one of my friends who was trading
okay?
options was like, bro, options are cool. Forex is like a breath of fresh air. You don't have to worry
Mm,
about the Greeks. I don't know if you know about options, but you don't have to worry about the Greeks. You don't have to worry about implied volatility. You don't have to worry about theta, delta, all those things that you have to worry about with options. You don't have to worry about with Forex. You just have to know how to read a chart. So I was like, okay. And then I started trading, and I remember I put about 2,000 in my account. I started
mhm.
making some money, and then one of my friends was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" I just, trading. And he was
Mhm,
like, bro, go for a FTMO. And I was like,
mhm.
what's FTMO? And that's when, boom, it happened. But I'll tell you, my first time ever taking an FTMO challenge, I passed it in an hour, but I completely YOLO'd the whole entire
Wow.
thing on Bitcoin. I was in there trading and I didn't understand lot sizes. And I
Mhm.
still have the screenshots. Nothing I'm saying I can't prove real quick.
I
So
believe you, bro.
no, 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 no. It's just crazy because I
Oh,
literally like I jumped in and I'm on Bitcoin
uh-huh.
on FTMO. I don't even remember what the contract size is on Bitcoin, but
Mhm.
the first trade I put in was like 20 lots. And
Okay.
then I'm just like, scaling in, scaling in, scaling in. And I'm like, whoa, hour and a half later, I passed. But then I lost phase two. And then right after I
Mm,
lost phase two, I was like, okay, I'm doing something right, but I'm doing something wrong. And I know it's
mhm.
risk management.
What
Sat
what
back
trading strategy was were you
back
implementing at the time?
then,
Mhm.
so with Forex, the first absolute trading strategy I ever learned, believe it or not, was supply and demand.
No.
It was the Forex scalpers supply and demand trading course. I forget how much I paid, but that was the first absolute course. And it wasn't on Discord, it wasn't on none of that. It's on Slack. They have the group and stuff. And
Mhm.
then he got more advanced. He trades like footprint charts and stuff of the sort. I never followed through with that. After I
Okay.
learned that, I kind of went through the motions and I learned support resistance.
Mhm.
I started trading Fibonacci for 3 months. Then I had like some 1 minute moving average
Mhm.
strategy for a while, and
Like
it was actually working.
those crosses or moving
So
at
basically, I had the 9 moving average, the 21 moving average, the 50, and the 100, and I
Mhm.
would wait for a break or a cross of the 9 and the 21, a chain reversal, and then I would
Mhm.
wait for a retest of the 21, not the 9. The 9 is just
Mm.
it's kind of like the I don't know how to explain it. I have to show you. But basically, like I'd wait for a break and a retest of the 21, and on the
Mhm.
higher time frames, I would wait for it to be around the 50 or the 200, and it
Mhm.
actually worked really nicely. But then I started getting real into scalping, like on the 1 minute,
Mhm.
and it got real dangerous. So
Mhm.
then I buckled down for real, and I really buckled down on SMC, smart money concept. But I kind of have I don't know, it's basically smart money concept, but I do have my own little twist. I know a lot of people do it a lot more like detailed, and they have a lot more stuff.
Mhm.
Me, I just keep it simple. I know it's probably a little outdated how I trade, but hey, it works for me. And I don't like to overcomplicate things that I've already made simple. So basically, it is what it is. I just the same way I learned probably when we first talked and
Mhm.
we were talking and stuff, like I've probably still trade exactly the same. I
Mm.
know a lot of people have like adapted and they're more advanced with what they're doing now with SMC.
Mhm.
Me, I don't know. It just stuck with me.
Mhm.
It
I
just
mean,
stuck
if
with
it
me.
works, don't fix it, right?
That's exactly
Right?
what I always say. If it's not broke, don't fix it, you know?
So when
Now,
did you actually start trading the pairs, like the Forex pairs then? You said you're
um,
trading the Bitcoin, right?
so at first I was trading Bitcoin, and
Mhm.
then after I was trading Bitcoin, I actually like most people don't do it, but the first pair I ever started trading was US 30. And
Mm.
it was because, I was watching all these people on Instagram, Q Banks, all these people, they're all trading US 30. So I'm just like, oh, US 30 is it. So I started trading it, and then I just realized like, holy shit. This shit's volatile. Oh wait, am I not supposed to cuss? My bad, bro.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
okay,
No, no
okay.
rules.
So I was
Yeah.
just like, yo, like this is like really volatile. And then I just
Uh-huh.
had this real YOLO strategy one. Like I just used to do this. Like I used to follow a lot of the South African traders because they're
Hmm.
just crazy. They're flipping hella
Oh
accounts
yeah, I've
and that's
seen
what I
some.
was trying to do. So I'm
Yep.
like over here like, okay, I got 1,000 in my account. I'm gonna just drop hella point one or 0.1s and hella 0.05s at New York Stock Exchange open on US 30, and I'm
Mhm.
either winning or I'm losing. And that was my like little YOLO strategy. Then I was like, nah. And it's crazy because the whole time I knew supply and demand, but I was just like, I guess I was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like I knew what
Mhm.
to do, but my mind just made me take impulses all the time. And like
Mhm.
it just always had me taking impulse entries, always had me just like, I know what to do, but I'm gonna do this right now. Oh, I lost.
Mhm.
Why did I lose? Because I did that. Why did I do that? And then it made me come to the point where after a few months, I'm just like, wow, I've made no progress. What am I doing?
Mhm.
And then I started taking it serious. I started journaling, and then I got funded for the first, well, not well for the first time, like, and I actually got a payout. I'll say that because I've been funded two
Mhm.
times with FTMO, and I didn't get a payout, and I lost my account. But
Mhm.
the final time that I got funded, I got my payout and it was kind of like, okay, cool. But after I got my payout, I got a big head. And I'll just be fully transparent. I lost my account about the first week after my first payout.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of where it was. Cause
Was
I
that
was
in
funded with FTMO first, then I got with funding talent, and then I got with my Forex fund.
this was all in 2020 or 2021 now,
I'd
you
have to
say?
look back at screenshots. I want to
Uh-huh.
say it was around 2021. Yeah, it
Okay.
was probably around 2021. And then I had
Gotcha.
like a full like 9 month dead 9 months. Like
Mhm.
I was just like, messing up and doing stupid stuff and just I don't know. I just wasn't doing great trading. And then I
Mhm.
kind of took like a little month or week off or a few weeks off. And when I
Mhm.
came back, I finally got it together and I, got my stuff together and came right.
So would you say that was like the biggest incident that the market made you humble in a way? You know,
Yeah, for
that
sure. Like
okay.
I was just like, dang, like, and everybody around me like is like, dang, bro, you just made that money, and like now what? Now, I haven't heard you say anything about it, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
it's coming. I knew I was eventually gonna get it right,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying I'm the best trader. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I can pull some consistent gains, and like it's a lot different now. I'm a lot more patient, and there is times when I fall back into my old habits. Like we just had that talk the other day when I admitted like, yo, like I don't know what I had going on like a
Mhm.
week or two ago. Like I'm finding myself like, getting emotional again. Like that's one thing that I really learned how to do is like detach emotions and
Mhm.
like basically I just found myself like randomly getting it again, like where I was just falling back into taking impulse entries. But like when we have a really good strategy and an edge on the market, sometimes
Mhm.
like we get so confident. And I feel like I got so confident for a while that I was like, I can't be wrong this many times. I'm gonna just go ahead and give it another shot. And I just kept on doing it. And now I find myself revenge trading. But as good traders, like I'm not saying I'm the best trader, I don't want to say, but as good traders and having an edge in the market, I took my 2, 3 days and all it took was one or two trades. I actually have the trade over here. I took
Mhm.
about two trades and got it all back, and I just called it a week.
Yep. Yep.
Got
Yep.
everything back and I just called it a week. I forward tested the last day of the week,
Mhm.
trading, I seen a couple moves, but I stayed out.
Yeah, I saw that you're starting to like the GJ, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually,
Uh-huh.
DJ was the first pair I ever got like consistent with, and
Mhm.
I really loved DJ for a while, and then out of nowhere, one of my buddies, BG Forex, shout out,
Mhm.
that's my boy. He actually helped me a lot with my SMC. I'm not gonna
Oh.
lie. He used to have a really good course and stuff. I don't know if he's actually still doing it anymore, but he has a really good course.
Mhm.
And he's really helpful. He's a really
What's
good
his name again? BG Forex?
BG Forex. Yeah, he's a
Okay.
really good dude, like super solid, genuine guy. Like he'll help you out. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter what time, he's always gonna help you out. He
Uh,
doesn't need money to help you out. He'll help you out. Like he
mhm.
literally will sit there and make sure you understand what's going on.
Mhm.
But he just had me go crazy with EU. Like he just, once he showed me how he was trading EU, I was like, whoa, like 1 to 2 pip stop losses. Like I'm trading SMC, I'm doing, 10 pips, sometimes 8 pips, and I'm thinking I'm going crazy, but EU, we're over here catching, one,
Mhm.
2 pip stop losses. And then boom, I was just like, okay, maximum 2 pip stop loss EU. That's it. I don't want to trade anything else. I don't want to look at any pairs. I deleted all pairs off my watch list. all I traded was EU for I don't even know how long it's been, maybe a year. You know
Mhm.
that. I've been
Yep.
trading EU
Yeah,
for
I've
a
seen your
while.
EU trades. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
So,
and and EU has been that's been like my go-to pair, but I'm not sure if it's the uncertainty with the dollar. I mean, I'm sure it
mhm,
is, but it's just been moving weird. It's been moving real slow. It's been real rangy.
mhm.
It's just been boring. And I like to have fun when I trade. Like GJ is real volatile, but it actually respects POIs really nicely. So
Yep.
like I actually have a lot of fun trading GJ, and I actually did back test GJ again. I came
Mhm,
back to it, back tested it for about maybe like 2 weeks before I got back into it. And
mhm.
then like I remember I dropped it in the Discord, like, yo, I've been looking at GJ, it's been real
Yep.
clean. And then boom, that same night, I think I smacked like a 1 to 12 or something like that.
Nice.
I did close out profits a little early. I think I came out with like a 7R,
Mhm,
but the trade was a 1 to 12. And then I think right after that, the next day, I have it pulled up right here. I think I secured
mhm.
like it was like a yeah, like a 1 to 9, and I closed early
Nice.
too. I ended up saying I was gonna leave a runner, but I'm not great with that. I'm not too good with leaving runners. I'll be the first to admit I'm not very patient. I don't like having my money moving while I'm sleeping.
Yep.
I
Yep.
know a lot of people aren't like that and they like to leave runners, and my runner would have hit the take profit, but I don't know. I just can't physically fall asleep when I have,
Mhm.
I just keep on like trying to sleep, but when I open looking at the chart, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah, for me too, if if I'm risking 1%, let's say, I mean, what 1% is, let's say I'm risking a 0.5%, and, if I go to sleep with the trade running, I don't feel,
nah.
good or safe about it. So I would close out at least like 90%. So I
Yeah.
definitely see, where you're coming from with that. But, okay, but let's talk about the mental side of it, of the trading. So when did you kind of I guess overcome all these issues mentally, emotionally? When did you kind of I mean, we always go through it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm
I was
I'm
just
going
about
through
to
it
say
too.
that.
Yeah. But at what point and what helped you the most to, overcome these obstacles, that got in the way, that affected you emotionally or mentally?
So there's either two things you're gonna get in trading. It's either results or staying stagnant. You're either always gonna do the same thing and get the same results, or you're gonna change it. And
Hmm.
I knew that the way I was thinking was, I have money, I could just refund an account, I can go buy another challenge,
Yeah.
or I can treat this account like the last account I've ever traded. And I got that right there from James Carey. That's our
Mhm.
boy.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
told me that, and it stuck with me. It just resonated with me. Like the most thing you could do is just take it serious. Like no matter how much money you have, no matter how many times you can buy an account, like you need to take it serious or you always get the same results. And for a while I was always just freestyling, and now it's to the point I have my rules just set in stone,
Hmm.
and if I don't follow my rules I deserve to lose.
Hmm.
But when I follow my rules, I deserve to win. And even if I do take a loss, I take it like a win, and I take a win like a loss. There's no emotions in trading. The markets don't care about us, so we can't care about what happens. We just have to stick to our plan, have our edge in the market, and just hope that everything plays out how we plan. If it doesn't, so be it. We have an edge in the market, and we have a better. I ain't gonna say we have a better edge than most, but we have a better edge than most, because our
Yeah.
RRs are huge. You know what I mean? So it's like
People don't believe us now,
yeah, people don't believe it until you
Yeah.
see it, but it's like,
Yeah.
yo, like we're really pulling in some nice R's. So it's like once you think about it, it's kind of like, okay, you could keep losing and keep losing, or oh shit.
No, that's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like you could either keep losing or you
Uh,
can just sit there and like really figure out what is it that's making you lose. My
mhm.
bad, we're having some technical difficulties. But you could either, fix it, or you could just keep making the same mistakes. And me, I'm trying to get somewhere. So
Mhm.
I'm not trying to keep making the same mistakes. And I could have made this money that, but I did this, or I did the same thing as last month. And I got people depending on me out here. So we just
Yep.
you just can't, once you
Mhm.
know something's not working, you got to fix it,
Okay.
address it.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And we were talking about the pharmaceutical intervention a little bit that helps that could possibly help with the mental side of trading.
Hmm.
And you know how I told you that Adderall, it did not work for me for trading, right?
Yeah.
Do you use anything else other like anything, even like coffee? Like some people would drink coffee
Yeah.
right before trading. Some people would take even nicotine pills,
Hmm.
right? Just to help them focus because it's been shown to, help you cognitively, right? But do you do anything? Do you have like your a routine? For me, I have my
Yeah.
own routine, but do you have yours?
For sure. I'm a big coffee drinker, and like
Okay.
I've gotten such like a tolerance to it that I drink that the Death Wish coffee now, world's
Okay.
strongest coffee. I drink the dark
Man.
roast espresso, and
Uh,
yeah, it used to give me jitters, but now it's
uh-huh.
just I
You're
drink it and
used to
I'm
it.
normal. But
Okay.
it just keeps me to the point where I'm, because I trade London session. My favorite part is pre-London and holding an
Hmm.
entry into London, and
Hmm.
I like to so my schedule isn't as vampirish as it used to be. I used to just be like, yo, I'm up all night. Who cares?
Hmm.
But it kind of makes me too sluggish with my daughter the next day. So now I'm on the computer from around 1 a.m. EST to around 3:34. And so usually I'll get on before I get on the computer around 12 o'clock because I don't like drinking it too late.
Hmm.
I'll drink a cup of coffee. I do the little nicotine vapes and stuff like that, but I don't think the nicotine vape keeps me up. But I do think the coffee helps a lot. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's just that I drink a lot of
Do
water.
you do you combine anything else with it? I usually for me, I usually combine like a coffee or like a coffee bean extract with theanine. It helps
Hmm.
me to kind of it gives you that calmness while being focused. So a lot of people, just combine that. I know, everyone's different. They have their own thing right before trading. But yeah, okay.
I
Anything
don't no,
else? No?
I don't combine anything with it
Okay.
actually. No, I just drink some coffee and then I'm at my computer. I probably throw a little movie up on because I got these three
Hmm.
big screens. I'll throw up a movie on half of one of my monitors and I'll watch something or listen to music and hang out. Stuff like
Okay.
that.
I'll send you some stuff, down the line if you want to try it.
Oh,
It's
definitely,
all,
definitely.
amino acid, the natural stuff, right?
Okay,
So,
most definitely.
okay. So lately though, so you're trading GJ and you're still trading EU, but you're just not liking the price action at the moment, right?
I'm not, and I'm
Hmm.
actually a lot of my losses have came from EU. I think
Hmm.
I've been getting caught in the range a little bit more. Now I know it has been moving, but
Hmm.
it's just weird. Like certain times when I'm watching it, I guess I'm trying to play the range, which I usually don't do, and it's just hurting me. So it's like I said, if something's not working, we just fix it. I still love EU.
Hmm.
I'll maybe come back to it when the price action is a little bit more better and more
Okay.
favorable to my trading. But as of right now. GJ has just been working. I don't know.
Hmm.
I like the way it moves around pre-London and then that London push. It's real nice.
How about
EU,
EJ? No, not
EJ
EJ.
actually I haven't checked EJ in a while. Let me look at it a little bit. I haven't
Okay.
checked EJ in a little minute now, to be honest. It is on my watch list just because of you guys. I know you guys
Uh-huh.
like it a lot. Let
Yep.
me see how that's been looking.
All right.
Looks pretty cool. So I don't know. I think GJ might be a little bit cleaner, but I don't know. Maybe I'd have to watch it play out in real time and see how it
Hmm.
goes. I haven't done too much looking, so I can't say for sure. But another one that's on my watch list that I've been back testing for a little
Hmm.
minute, the NAS 100.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you ever look at it, but NAS 100 is
Sometimes.
really clean. Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
really clean. So I think that's going to be my next pair that I add into the
Wh-
arsenal.
What do you use for the back testing? Do you use FX replay or just trading view?
This trading view.
Trading view.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
never actually used FX replay.
They do have like a trial, so you might want to
Oh,
give it a
okay.
try. It's you.
I
Mhm.
believe it was you who said you I think you hit me up and told me about FX replay, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can go back to even like 2018 and use a 1 minute. So
Okay.
yeah, it's
So
pretty good
I'm
for that.
my back testing strategy is kind of probably a little different. It's not really
Hmm.
like how everybody like actually like does replay and stuff. I just kind of go through
Hmm.
and I just, I basically just see like I just implement my strategy and see how it plays out, how many times around what time around my time session time.
Hmm.
So I'm always looking like at the very end of Asia, the beginning of London, but I have my London like my timing session indicators
Hmm.
starting at 2 a.m. EST. So pre-London. So
Okay.
I usually watch how it goes from Asia into London, and I usually just see if my setup's there. Usually, like
Hmm.
that's it. So basically, I just kind of go through, and with my notebook, I'll go through for as many days as I can,
Hmm.
and I'll see how many times my setup actually plays out there, how many times it works, how big my stop losses were, what's the R's I'm usually catching. Like I'll
Hmm.
average everything out and just see how it plays. And NAS 100 has been really nice. You remember I was trading US 30 for a little minute,
Yes.
but
Yep.
but I like US 30, but for a minute I was just kind of like, okay, US 30 is cool. I'm getting the hang of it. I like it. I'm pulling some R's, but EU is just giving me so much more risk to reward. So
Hmm.
I just kind of stuck with, but Nash has been showing me some nice RR, so I think that's gonna be my next victim. I'm coming
Yeah.
for
Let me
it.
know if you take some nice
Yeah,
trades, over
definitely,
the next week
definitely.
or so. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at it this week for sure.
And before we get onto the charts, to see your past or maybe GJ trade or EU trade,
Okay.
there's something that I really wanted to mention, and this is Cheddar always mentions it. You said something like I forgot exactly what it was, but why the reason why I'm saying it is that I you said something that is so true, and it just stuck with Cheddar. He always mentions it, and I think he's you said something like react, don't try to predict or something like that. There's a
React
screenshot,
and
just that,
adapt,
yeah.
don't predict.
So
Yep.
Cheddar actually has like a whole screenshot of you saying that, and he always,
Really?
tells us, yeah, yeah, just
Hey,
that
I'm honored. I'm
he's got a
honored.
lot of
Cheddar's a
respect
good
for you
guy.
too.
That's
Yep,
a really good trader.
yep,
Yeah, man. I hope he's doing well.
yep.
Cheddar, if you see this, man, all love, respect. Yeah, but I used to have it on my chart at the top. I used to have like a little anchored text, and I
Mhm.
always used to say, react and adapt, never predict,
Yes, yeah,
stuff like
exactly
that.
that.
If you're
Hmm.
not in control, take control now. That's what I used to have on my chart always.
Yep, yep. So
And I try to
yeah,
stick to that. I always try to tell people, don't predict price, because it'll
yep,
hurt you.
yep.
Just react to what it's doing and adapt. If your bias is, I don't even have a bias when I look at the charts. I just flow with it. It's like water. I just try to flow with it. Just
Hmm.
whatever's happening, I'm trying to happen with it.
Yeah,
Wherever it's going, let's go.
and to think that you can kind of predict the future, you're literally saying that you know already. So the market itself is a collective movement of all the traders, hedge funds, and the banks, right? So to
100%.
say that you know what the price is gonna do is like saying that you read other people's mind. That's how I
Exactly.
see it. So I think it's bullshit when someone says that.
If you try to
Yeah.
predict it, then you're gonna be liquidity.
Yeah, yeah, you're
That's a
right.
fact, man. That's a
Yep.
fact.
Hmm. Yep. Okay. So you want to maybe share your chart and go over
Yeah,
possibly one of the trades or,
let's
one or
go.
two?
I got
All
you.
right.
Let me how do I share my screen from here?
Sh
Damn, my
Share
chart's all
screen
this
button
way. Is
on
it?
Zoom. Hmm.
Um, oh, okay.
Yep.
Hold on, let me see right here. All right, cool, cool, cool. I should be oh shit, wrong screen. Okay. So let me so should I just go through one of the trades that I took this week? Now,
Yeah.
usually, I'm
Anything.
not gonna
Hmm.
lie, my charts usually be like super duper cluttered, but I actually
Hmm.
did, let me turn off this session indicator. But
Okay.
usually, like I just did clean off my charts the other day.
Uh-huh.
So for once, so it's actually kind of probably better for you guys because my charts be so messy.
Uh,
So
so you want me to share mine or?
no, it's
Oh,
cool. I
okay.
mean, unless you think it's too messy for you.
No, no, no. I'm cool. I respect what everyone does with their charts. It's you know,
For sure. So
everyone has their own way. So,
basically around here now I actually didn't take this trade. This was around when I was
oh,
watching
the
this
screen's not
monotone chart.
shared yet,
It's
by the way.
not.
No, not yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Now there you go.
All right, cool. So
Okay.
basically, this was a GJ about what, 2 nights ago? Yeah, about 2 nights ago.
Hmm.
So what I was looking at was right here. This wasn't a trade that I took. This was just a trade that I mapped out, and then I kind of took the
Hmm.
direction off of it. We were in Asia. I usually don't like taking trades in Asia.
Hmm.
Sometimes, I might, but that day I just wasn't with it. I believe Sosa took this trade
Mm.
around here.
Oh
If
yeah.
you remember, we were talking about it, and I
Yep.
was telling him I was watching it as well. So I did wait for this. I know it's like a 1 minute supply.
Hmm.
But I did wait for that to fail
Hmm.
before I ended up taking anything because this placed this low.
Yep.
So then we had this little bit of build up, came down, took it. But once we came up, I didn't take that. So let me just delete it.
Hmm.
We had this little flip zone.
Hmm.
It came above, came through. Once this supply failed, I'm looking right here. I'm targeting on the 1 minute, this little buy
Mm.
to or sell to buy wick.
Hmm.
So once it came through, we had this liquidity build up right here. We had a
Yes.
continuation. It came through, it punched through. I could have took a risky entry. We
Uh-huh.
don't like doing that.
Uh-huh.
We don't like doing
Yep.
that. So basically, I waited for this supply to fail that punched in this low. Once
Uh-huh.
this supply failed and it came through and punched, I kind of came through and my entry did get a little botched because my Forex fund spreads, they do be jumping a little bit. So
Hmm.
I believe I got like a little two pip slippage above. My
Hmm.
actual intended entry was around right here, like right there. But
Okay.
basically I didn't get that. So once I didn't get that, I entered. It entered me about right here. I had a 3.1 pip stop loss, but it should have been tighter. My entry I actually had to push up a little bit. Now, if I was being ideal, it should have been around like right there, and I guess it would have still been a 3.1. But I took that. My break even point was not right there. It was actually about right here to consider if this was a supply because it did punch in like this low that
Yes.
broke this little. Mind you, we're on the 1 minute, so nothing, everything right here is internal structure. This is how I trade. I don't really, I know you guys know I don't focus too much on the higher time frames. I do look at them, but everything I do is based off the lowers. So I waited till it tapped back into this little zone. I didn't want to get caught up like, oh, it tapped this supply and just melts or something like that. So I did go break even around here. Um, I was targeting a 1 to 9. This is a little bit low. Yeah, I was targeting a 1 to 9 fully.
Okay.
And I remember that right around right here when it took this and it took right here, I took a little bit of a partial, probably about 60% maybe. I took 60% right here, and then it came back down. I didn't really mind. I wasn't worried. But the only thing I did actually worry about was, okay, right here, this is probably eventually going to get took as
Yes.
liquidity.
Yep.
So basically, I waited for it to pop back out. I took my whole position right here, and I went to sleep. So that was basically how I took that trade. I don't know if that was a good breakdown. I've actually never done this, but
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
just for like the most part, that's really like how I look at things. It was really based off of now being GJ, like I am implementing a little bit of higher time frame POIs because on EU I have a strict thing that I only go off 15-minute POIs only.
Okay.
I if it's like a higher than that, unless it's really, really, really tight somehow, I don't usually take it. I wait for it to become a lower time frame POI and I wait. So about right here, we noticed that we did have that 1 minute POI. It did get swept. Soon as it
Yes.
got swept, we seen the nice reaction. We
Yep.
could even drop down to the 15. We got our little, reaction to it. And I just kept like I said, I just kept dropping down the time frames and waiting for failures. And then RTIs. Basically we're just, the same thing, textbook stuff.
Yep.
So basically it's all just the same thing every time for me. Either I'm taking a flip off of a failed zone or I'm waiting for a chotch in a actual confirmed zone. It's the same thing I've always took. So that was basically one of my trades right there. Now the next day, I will show you another trade. No, I didn't take that trade. That's not it.
But this is a pretty good, I guess, markup you have here. So this reaction, once this held, you waited
Oh,
for
wait,
the,
wait, my bad. Hold on. Let me go
sorry.
back. Did it go back? Hold on. Where were we? My bad, bro.
Yeah. I really like that you marked up this, supply and the
Mm-hmm.
demand holding here, right? This is pretty much
Sure.
a flip in a way. And then you waited for the confirmation after this went, right? And this held, and you took it on the
Yes.
way out. I really like that you did that. Yep.
And
Yep.
I actually took one more entry. Hold on. Let me look back at my P&L real quick. Hold on. I did take one more
Okay.
trade that night. 825. I took one. Oh, I took one from right here. Hold
Okay.
on. Was it? It was 825. 805. 805. Oh, I took one right here.
Oh, you took one right there. Okay.
Yeah, I took one right here actually. I just
But
looked at my P&L.
by the way, did you wait for the low to get liquidated? You remember how the 15-minute low, I believe, got
Yeah, I
liquidated?
waited. I waited for the sweep. I
Okay.
remember at the same time, around the same time, Sosa was talking about accumulation or something like that. But I don't actually trade Wyckoff. I have no
Mm-hmm.
clue how to. I've tried 50 million times to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched millions of videos. I've listened to everybody talk about it in our group and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't get it. I've never got it. Maybe one day I'll get it down,
I,
but I
you
just
know,
never got it, bro.
honestly, I think Wyckoff is very subjective. Like one person might see it as like, like something, but another person might say another thing. So I know that supply and demand itself actually comes from Wyckoff, from what I
Mhm.
heard, but yeah, I don't use it for trading at all too. I don't get it fully too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So this was actually my first trade for GJ that night. I did wait for that to get liquidated. I
Hmm.
guess we could call this our little chotch. And then if you look, we kind of got a little sweep here. I know it's not much, but it's
Yeah,
there.
still a sweep. Yep.
Yeah, it's still there. And 805 was my entry off of my P&L. Can you see
Hmm.
me on the camera still?
Yeah, I see you. Yep.
Hold on. Around. It was around right here. Hold on. Just so you know,
Hmm.
I'm not
Yeah.
one of those guys. Let me make sure it's the right one. Where is it saying my hold on. I'm
Okay.
looking at 825, 825. So around right there, if you can see, hold on, let me try to,
Hmm.
if you can see right there, it was, I don't know where it says. Oh, the stop. So I have my stop loss at break even. It was 825. That was this trade right here,
Uh-huh.
825. And then my later entry was around right there.
Okay.
So just so you know, I did take that trade actually. And I'm not just, oh, I magically took that one too.
Hmm.
So it was around right 825 was about
Right
right
there.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe my stop was around right I think it was a 5 pip. Yeah, it was a 5 pip. And I
Hmm.
remember that's why this says BE right here. This is my break even zone.
Hmm.
And I believe that I actually held this until this supply right here. And I
Hmm.
did take full profits. And that was that plus this is
Hmm.
where I I recovered my losses that I was taking
Hmm.
from just being, undisciplined, playing in EU's range, not following my rules. These two trades earned me back all my profits and put me back in profit. So that's what it was. So this trade also was actually pretty well, I'll explain it because I was gonna say it's self-explanatory, but that's what I'm here for, to
Hmm.
explain it. So I did wait for this to go, and I
Hmm.
know it was kind of early, but I mean, if you look, we're in Asia, we got this little build up. I guess it's accumulation, from what our brother Sosa
Hmm.
said. But we had this low get took him.
Yep.
Instantly we had a reaction. I kind of waited. I did see this sweep, and
Hmm.
I guess you can call that inducement. It got induced right here, correct?
Yes.
Right? And
Yep.
I know people use different terms. To me, it was just a sweep. I was monitoring this zone right here.
Hmm.
Once I got this zone and I got this tap for this, I entered. But mind you, my Forex funds does have kind of iffy spreads. They do
Hmm.
jump a lot too. So
Yep.
I got the spread jump a little bit. It jumped a little bit. My entry was right here, and I went break even around right here, knowing that this high it basically was gonna go. We
Hmm.
had some imbalance right over here. If you look
Yes.
on the
Yep.
one,
Hmm.
we had some imbalance to take. Then we actually built a little bit of liquidity. We had this little zone. It was just a little basically failed supply, the
Hmm.
flip off of it.
Yep.
So basically, once we took that, I was looking to take profits around right there, anyways.
Hmm.
So in looking in the rear view, I could have held this entry and actually stacked this entry and went golden, but I actually don't ever stack entries because sometimes I feel like I'll take my first entry, it'll be in profit, and
Hmm.
then with my second entry, like if it loses, I end up getting like a little emotional because I'm like, dang, I was just doing in profit all the way and I just took a loss for no reason and
Uh,
lost some of my food.
yeah.
So that's basically why I don't stack entries. But I did take that entry because this wasn't my trading time, session time.
Hmm.
So I still did wait for my setup, and once my setup came, I'm gonna take it. So I
Hmm.
took it, and actually you can see, and I don't ever feel like I missed out. I don't get that feeling, oh, I missed out. I could have secured 20R. I
Hmm.
secured 9R. I'm great.
Yep.
That's
That's
great.
still great. Yep.
So I never feel like I missed out because the trade kept going. And honestly, a lot
Hmm.
of my trades do keep going. But guess what? I'm good. I'm done. I take my trade and I run with it. I'm
Yeah. You
fine
secured
with
your
what I
bag.
get. Yeah, I
Yep.
secure that bag and I go to sleep happily.
Yep.
So I don't feel like I missed out just by whatever. It is what it is at the end of the day.
Hmm. And honestly, I also think that this trade, it's right here, it was managed pretty well because, who's to say that we react from here and keep tanking again, right? We
Exactly what
could.
I was
Yeah.
thinking. I'd rather
So,
be consistent than hopeful.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's a real nice catch. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, consistent and hopeful. I always say that too as well. Like, I don't like to swing for the fences. I like to swing for sure hits. I like to swing for what I know is for sure gonna hit. If it
Yep.
goes farther, great. That means my analysis was right.
Hmm.
But that's just how it goes. I mean, if you want to, we can look at EU and I can kind of explain
Yeah.
some.
Sure.
I might
Another
even have
trade.
some. I might even
Hmm.
have some losses that I know I did not take this trade.
Okay.
Um, I could probably no, I did not take that trade. I was honestly in my feelings the other day, and I kind of was just looking.
Uh-huh.
So this, I want to, yeah, this, I think this was a trade that,
But how do you feel about GJ spreads? Like you mentioned,
yeah,
you know how they jump a lot. They're like 2 pips sometimes, or even higher.
yeah.
So,
So I mean, GJ spreads, like, I don't know. I feel like around London session when like most spreads get better, I
mhm,
feel like GJ is that one pair that they get worse on.
yeah.
I know it's like that with gold as well, but it just sometimes it's like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know if I did take this trade actually the other day, and I did profit like a little 1 to 3, and I got off. I don't know if you seen
Mhm.
that one, but I did take it, and it was real like just it kind of was just sloppy. Like, and this is kind of like what the fuck just happened? This is kind of like what just like what I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about is like, yeah, I can still eat on GJ or I mean EU, but it's
Uh-huh.
just been so sloppy. Like, I don't know. It's not like as clean as it used to be, like
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's not that great anymore.
Eh,
Right now, it's
uh-huh.
a great pair for what we do. It's
Uh-huh.
amazing. I guess I cleared all my markers off that I had, my position markers. That's the only one. So I mean, I guess I
Mhm.
could break that one down, but it's not even that great of a trade to explain because it was kind of just like we had this trend line liquidity coming down.
Yes. Yep.
I kind of waited for a supply failure as always.
Mhm.
My entry was like it was pretty ugly. I think you might remember when I posted this and I did say my entry was terrible. But
Mhm.
what I did was I waited for this right here, and I was really skeptical on this trade too because like I just EU's been like really weird. So like I really like kind of was like super iffy. I did have
Mhm.
a few things that I was targeting. We had some nice liquidity right here to target, and it didn't get took yet.
Mhm.
So also I waited for the supply to get taken because this was the low that it punched in. Once it
Mhm.
punched this low right here, I was kind of like, like, okay, we could take a little trade. So
Perfect. Yeah.
basically, yeah, basically the supply failed. My entry, if I was, if I wasn't hesitating, would have been right
Uh-huh.
here.
Yeah.
So as you see, I had to use a little bit bigger stop loss because had I just entered right here,
Mhm.
my stop would have went down tremendously. I mean,
Right.
on EU, 3.9 pip stop, like for what we do is pretty large.
Mhm.
I would have rather 2.3 max, and that's with spread.
Mhm.
So I did wait for that supply failure, the return to the little POI we had marked out, which was actually a nice POI if you think about
Yep.
it. Because look, when this low got took and it got swept, we got a failure to close right here.
Mhm.
It failed to close at this point right here where the body of the POI was.
Yep.
It failed to close there, so that could have been another entry. I believe around here
Mhm.
is way later in my trading time, and I actually didn't go to sleep this night.
Mm.
So I was up all night. I took that GJ win that same night, and the
Mhm.
next morning I seen this trade play out. Mind you, this is about 8 in the morning. I never trade New York,
Mhm.
so I got the supply failure. It came back in, and then just to kind of be safer, I waited for this little, I don't even know, like basically I just try to be extra safe, and it
Mhm.
just turned into like a weird trade for me personally.
Mhm.
So I waited, it kind of took off a little bit, and then I kind of like waited for it to break and like kind of like retest this like entry right here, the last little
So you
those
wait for more
right.
confirmation based on the
Yeah,
candles,
I
right?
waited for
I
more
see.
confirmation on this one for sure than I would have normally because
Mhm.
EU's been so weird.
Mhm.
So I actually waited for it to blast off and well, not blast off because it was only maybe like a pip or two, and I entered on this tap. And once
Okay.
I entered on this tap, I don't know if you remember on my Instagram, I did post it,
Mhm.
and I had zero drawdown, and I was 1 to 3 like in a second, and I literally
Nice.
was just like, you know what? I just took that 1 to 9 on GJ. I just took a 1 to 3. Yeah, that's pretty good for the night. That's
Yeah.
12R. I'm good. And
Yeah.
I really was in the trade when it
Mhm.
ran to 4.31, but it
Mhm.
kind of came back down, and I'm expecting a continuation. So right when it hit 1 to 3 on the dot, I just
Mhm.
closed. And then I
Mm.
also did take a trade on AU. It went
Okay.
like 1 to 1, and I just closed it. I was like, you know what? I'm up 14R for the day. I was only negative about 6R for the total last few days, but
Mhm.
having it be consecutive, and I know SMC, we don't really we don't have the highest win rate, but
Mhm.
for me, no, I was actually minus seven
Mhm.
or eight R. So me being who I like how I think, I never take that many losses
Mhm.
consecutively, like back to back to back. That I did get a little emotional. So I kind of was just
Mm.
like, you know what? But after taking back 14R, I'm in profit. So I kind of was just like, you know what? I'm done. I cleared
Yep.
everything. I got off, and I just I got off. But look what happened.
Mhm.
The low got induced right here. Failure to
Yes.
close below the body. This would have been a great entry had we even like waited for this.
Mhm.
Had we even waited for this continuation. Nice little, you
Yes.
know.
Yep.
Had we
Yep.
waited for that, and then we even took in probably these body cells, and then probably We could have took this
Yes.
right here.
Yep. Demand
So had we
chain.
taken that, we could have chained off and just took off with it, and it would have been a great trade. I like to also use these fibs. I know a lot of people don't really use them like that.
Mhm.
I do.
Just for
Um,
the entry, you mean? Or
yeah, I
I see.
do. I usually so usually the way I look at it is so the way that I usually use them, and this is basically like I have three ways that I enter. I never really enter on the open because I feel like it gives me too large of a stop. So like see right there, it would have been
Hmm.
2.6.
Yeah.
So I usually go for the 25% of the OB. That's
Hmm.
usually my open. I don't go higher than that. I don't trade the open of the OB like most people. Or I like to target that 50%.
Hmm.
Now, very, very rarely you will see the 75% of the OB get tapped. And when it does, you get a real tight stop loss, but you got to wait for the reaction because if it's that low, you want to make sure the whole POI is not going to get swept.
Yeah.
So usually I'm targeting the 25 or I'm
Hmm.
targeting the 50. So
Hmm.
had I targeted the 25 right away, you see we would have had a 2 pip stop.
Hmm.
Had I targeted the 50, we would have had a 1 pip stop with 3 pip or 3 pipettes for spread.
Hmm.
So I would have went break even right around there, which would have been around a 1 to 5. Just to break down like how I would have took this trade had I took it. And then
Hmm.
my full actual take profit would have been around right here. Um, that's just how I usually take trades. Now I see what happened, and basically it all makes sense because here's the flip,
Hmm.
and you can kind of see that the flip it didn't really close under the POI, it did kind
Hmm.
of sweep it.
Yep.
So basically, it all makes sense. Like when you're watching price action live, some
Yep.
people might get they might get a little emotional, like oh it was almost about a tap, but it kind of came back down. But if you notice, it came back down for a reason. It could have either been, tapping
Hmm.
this right here,
Yep.
or it could have been tapping this. So
Hmm.
either way, you got to just understand price action for what's going on, and just respect. You can't control what's going on in the market. You just got to realize there it's a way that the market moves, and you either, like we say, predict. You know what I'm saying? We just
Yep.
react to what's going on, and you can react to this by getting emotional that oh it didn't tap my take profit and didn't close, but your take profit would have hit, even though this was only about what 1 pip away from your TP. Most people would have just probably closed. And another way that I take
Hmm.
my take profits sometimes is I actually will either take profits at the top of the body of the wick or the bottom. And
Hmm.
it's a lot more it's a lot more hit rate, like win rate for me when I
Hmm.
just take them at the bottom of the OB, like whatever punched in, whatever wherever I'm
So like the beginning of the
yeah.
refined the PO supply, right?
Yeah,
We
like
could
let's
say.
say we were looking at this right here and
Hmm.
we're calling this our target and this is our POI we're targeting to trade into. I'll usually take this into the bottom of the body
Hmm.
and I feel like I have a higher hit rate than just targeting that it's gonna just blast through it.
Yep. Just in
Because
case.
yeah, just in case. Because like I said, I don't want to focus on being hopeful. I want to focus on being consistent and
Yes.
what's working for me continuously and has the higher win rate is what I'm always do. I don't
Hmm.
always want to swing for the fences. I want those
Right.
base hits.
Yep. Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
cool. Mm. Yeah, I do like how you break it down and then you're making sense of the PA as you go. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
good.
tried
It's
to.
good.
I've never done this before. I've never broke down a trade like, and especially to somebody
Really?
who
No?
understands. Nah, because like I've never broke down a trade like
Uh-huh.
to somebody who understands. Because like most of the time, my friends are over, they're around my computer, they're just listening to me,
Uh,
and they think I'm just speaking Japanese or something. So it's like they're just like, okay, POI, this what? Like. So it's like
yeah.
when we can talk and go back and forth and piggyback. It's just like it's
Hmm.
really cool for me. I
Yeah.
really like doing this actually.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have it, we're gonna do it more in the future. Hopefully
Yeah, for sure.
I'll do another one with you in the future, when the
Yeah, for
time comes.
sure. I've
But
actually been going through on
yes.
Nas too. Yeah, Nas
Okay.
has been pretty nice. I don't know if you've ever been if you've been
So
looking at
maybe
one of
you
these.
want to show me like the one
What
of
is this?
the setups that made sense to you during the back test?
Yeah, was I on the wrong damn, where'd it go? I was on it today,
Mhm.
but I have two watch lists because I don't know for some reason why I use this damn, where'd it go? What the heck? Uh all my charting went away. That's weird
Mm,
that's very, very weird. All of it's gone. Oh, here
Oh,
it
it's
is.
there. Okay.
Yeah. I must have been just charting at a certain time. So Nas has actually been pretty clean too. I believe I was looking at most of it on the 4 hour, just like on a higher time for standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
This I believe was like a 1 hour point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a 1 hour POI. So, or it was a two. Yeah, it was a 2 hour. Yeah, there we go. So we got a nice order block. Our breakage structure. We
Mm-hmm.
got our supply that's kind of failing, right? It's a weak supply right now, so we know we're
Mm-hmm.
going to target what's going on. We had a little build up. Our touch, we know this is going to get induced. You can just tell. So basically, the way I'm looking at it was when it came down here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just waiting. I'm just waiting. Fuck, what was this? The 15? So some of my charting got a little messed up. Wow. Some of my stuff, okay. I don't know what happened to my charts because I was looking at it earlier and I had everything. I had the fair to close plus a sweep because we had the POI it swept,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't close. I believe it didn't close on the 4 hour. There it is. So the
Okay.
top of the body or the like the 50% of the body is what I was looking at right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was. So the 50% of the bodies right here, I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that we're getting a sweep, but we're getting a failure to close.
Mm-hmm.
Once we got that, I'm dropping down time frames. I'm just trying to, what I'm saying, make sense of it. Now
Mm-hmm.
on the 15, you would have been thinking this is a breaker structure, but on the higher time frames, which the trade was based off. So if the trade's based off the higher time frames, you kind of got to watch it on the higher time frames too. So at this point, I would have been looking and it was really clean. We had our change of character. We had a big sweep right here,
Mm-hmm.
swept this POI.
Yep.
But then I honestly I don't know how anybody else would have played it, but I still took this OB because I know this sweep
Mm-hmm.
it didn't close, it didn't do anything. So I just kind of like counted it like it wasn't there, but I figured that it kind of just like liquidated this right here.
Yeah. Uh,
Um
I mean, you could say it's a liquidity POI that you're using, right? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going off of this POI because I love the 15-minute for my POIs. I get tighter stuff. So what I would have loved to take because I didn't take this, and I don't want to get it confused like I took it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is just like back testing and where I'm saying like I really think Nas is really clean. It's
Mm-hmm.
like when I came right here. Let me mark it so when I go to the 1 minute, I don't lose it. Or I actually have to go to the three because I don't have Trading View Pro. I ended
Uh,
up stopping paying for it. So basically,
mhm.
yeah, that was right here.
Okay.
So basically, if you see, like this was like just too clean. So as you see, I have my entry fib. It came
Mm-hmm.
down. It did tap the 75.
Mm-hmm.
Once it taps that 75, I wouldn't have entered right there. I know I wouldn't have, but if I did, I could have entered right here
Mm-hmm.
after we got a further confirmation, and this would have been like the entry, but the tap to the 75 would have been the like my stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, then we got a further internal breaker structure. We got the internal. This could have been a great entry as well.
Wow, that is nice. You're right.
Yeah, so
Yep.
this could have been a really great POI too because we
And
could have
one
got
after two.
really tight. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So there's a nice chain forming. And
Mm-hmm.
this is just like to show like how nice NAS has been moving. Like if you notice, everything follows through. Internal breaker structure, return to this impulse that flipped
Mm-hmm.
this wick and took this. So it
Yes.
came through, broke again. Then we had the return to the return to this POI. Like if you notice,
Yes.
it just changed very nicely. Like it literally
Yep.
changed so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So once it came through again, look what happens. It comes back and it retaps this, and then also this low right here,
Hmm.
or this low that punched in this high, it returns here perfectly again. And then it just chains very nicely. And
Wow.
we have a lot of liquidity built up. And if you notice, a lot of the times the New York Stock Exchange open, it
Mm-hmm.
gives a lot of good entries. So
Wow.
that's around like what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna go ahead and trade my normal session.
Uh-huh.
And usually I'm up with my daughter anyways.
Uh-huh.
She'll be hanging out playing and stuff on my couch or whatever, and I'll be in here. But if I can lock in to go ahead and just trade, all I want to do is trade 45 minutes. I want
Mm-hmm.
to trade around the New York. I want to be on the computer from around 9:15. Maybe I'll be on my phone. I got that big Z Fold phone, so
Oh
sometimes
yeah, I
I
seen it.
watch
Yep.
charts or I
Nice.
watch on my laptop. I'll
Uh-huh.
probably map out some POIs. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. This POI was actually tighter, but
Uh-huh.
I guess I was just being conservative, but it was a little tighter. So to be honest, this could have been a super snipe. And then just like this is why I really like Nas is because like just look how effortlessly it just pushes
Mm.
through, and that's in no time. So it's like
Yeah.
this is really like one of the ones that I'm kind of excited to get into trading
Mm-hmm.
because like I know one of my friends, Huncho.
Hmm.
If you know who Huncho FX is, that's one of my buddies. He's a real cool guy. He's been telling me for a while, like, bro, you're
Uh-huh.
sleeping on Nas. Like, you really need to get on Nas. You'll kill it. Like, go ahead and get on Nas. Like, bro, he'll send me trades, and I'm like, dang, it's really looking nice.
Hmm.
So it's just one of those ones that like you're just like, dang, I can't wait to go ahead and get into this one.
Hmm.
And I've been just like really like looking and monitoring, like, dang, it really changed so nicely. Like if you look, it just
Yeah.
changed
Yeah.
beautifully.
This
Like
is real clean. Yeah, real clean.
exactly. And
Yeah.
that and it's like that a lot. And let me turn this off so you can actually see what's going on.
Hmm.
It just changed really like nicely, and it's just like exactly what everybody would want. This is just
Hmm.
like if you trade SMC, this is like
Yeah.
textbook.
100%. Yeah.
And you already know eventually this is probably going to get liquidated. We got our little trend line liquidity and stuff. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one because I just feel like it's just so nice. And I think this plus GJ, I got a real volatile two pairs, but I'm going to be raking in some mega R's and stuff like that. And hopefully once the crew sees, what I'm saying, I'm getting on NAS and stuff, maybe we'll
Hmm.
all get on NAS, maybe
Yeah.
we'll all be just killing NAS.
This
That's
is
how
a,
I, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. This is a nice data you're collecting. It's real
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
And
for the
and I
future.
have been I've been monitoring it for a little bit longer, but see, I'm broke. I don't pay for it. But but yeah, because like US 30 is nice. Like we can look at US 30 a little bit, but it's just
Hmm.
to me, NAS is just like way cleaner and the
Hmm.
POIs are way smaller. And just like
Hmm.
look at this right here. Like yeah, you can find some
Yeah.
trades in there, but like just this compared to NAS, like come on.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know.
NAS is better. Yeah,
Like
just
Nas
based
is
on.
just a lot cleaner. Like, yeah, this would have been a cool trade, but
Hmm.
just this same trade on Nas would have been way tighter. This
Hmm.
it just would have been way nicer. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna trade US 30, go ahead. But I feel like Nas is just like a million times cleaner for as of right now. Maybe in the future, US
Hmm.
30 might, it might switch roles, but as of right now,
Hmm.
nah, I'm really excited to get into Nas 100, and that's my next victim. I'm coming
Yeah.
for
All right,
it.
Anthony. So
Yes,
we
sir.
we gotta wrap this up because we have the Zoom with the other guys
Of course.
in a minute. But okay, so what is your goal though for this year? What would you
This
say your
year.
goal yeah, other than the funding? Do you have any other like goals that you
Yeah.
wanna
Does it
uh
have to be due to trading?
anything. Anything
Okay,
in
so
life.
one
Yep.
thing that I actually have two goals, and I'm actually working on it with a few of my people. One
Hmm.
person that I met through trading. Basically, I got two friends that we're all getting into watches.
Hmm.
So I really like Rolex. I really like Audemars Piguet. I really like Patek.
Wow.
Of course, we like Richard Mille. Who doesn't? But like
Hmm.
the way that I'm trying to go about it is watches has always been one of my passions. Like I bought my first Rolex at 20 and I
Wow.
paid around 5,500 for it. And just about a year or two ago when the
Which
market was
kind? Like the oyster?
Datejust, it was a
Oh,
Datejust Jubilee
okay.
41 with a blue diamond dial, and I got it. It
Nice.
was pre-owned, but it
Hmm.
was really nice that I just got serviced. I bought it for a really
Wow.
good deal,
Yeah.
and I gave it to my baby mother,
Uh-huh.
and she wanted to sell it. She wanted to start a business and stuff like that. So she ended up selling it, or I ended up selling it for her,
Hmm.
and I got 9,900 for it. And I did
Wow.
I took it a little low, honestly, because I could get way more. Right now, that same exact watch is trading around 14K,
Hmm.
even with the market correcting. So
Hmm.
basically, that kind of like took me like, dang, okay, I had this watch. It was a beautiful watch. I wore it for a while. My baby mother wore it for a while, and then we sold it and we pulled a nice profit. We dang near doubled up. So like,
Yeah.
we probably pulled in like 75% profit. So after that, the market was real high for watches, and I kind of
Hmm.
waited for it to drop a little bit. Now I'm trying to work into getting into these vendor shows, and I really want to start going in there with a set amount of money. Like let's just say, for example, like let's go in there $10,000, and I want to figure out how to come out with at least two or three watches, and then I want to
Mm.
just keep flipping and flipping because it's a real nice thing to get into. It's cool because you can wear the watch while you're selling it. Like obviously if it's a brand new watch still with the wrap on it, you don't want to wear it, but like you
Right.
can wear the watch and stuff like that and then sell it. So me and a few of my friends, we've been really like looking into getting into it. There's a watch show coming up. We're actually looking into getting into it next month.
Hmm.
I believe it's around it's like the third Monday of April. We're
Mm.
looking in to go to Miami. They have a watch show, and we're all trying to go ahead and get some watches. Also, one of my buddies, we're also trying to get going with some rental cars.
Hmm.
He wants to go the Turo route. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I kind of want to maybe to do it to get our feet wet,
Hmm.
but I want to go ahead and try to accumulate a couple rental cars and have those running out here. and doing that, and maybe we expand, get them into Orlando, Miami, because I am in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two things that we're really looking into getting into like soon. So the watches I'll be getting into within a few weeks. That's very short term, but the rental cars, that's another thing that I want to get into. Just start building a fleet, get a couple
Mm-hmm.
cars going, let them pay for themselves. Just stuff like that. Just like, trading's obviously going to be my main income. I'll have all these other trickle incomes. This
Mm-hmm.
will flow into these. And like the
Yep.
watches is something that I'm really passionate about. I absolutely love watches. I love the movement. I love watching people make watches, fix,
Wow.
service, everything. Like I really, really like watches. So that's one of my main things I'm really stoked to get into. And my father, he actually does not care about material things, but
Mm-hmm.
I actually got him really into it too. So he's actually wanting to go to a watch show as well.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really wanting to get into it. You never know, man. Maybe one
I will
day.
ask you.
Yeah.
I do have two, so I will
Oh,
ask
you
you
do?
about
What do you
idea.
have?
Two Rolex and two Omega
Okay,
watches.
what
Yeah,
what
I'll
what do you
show you.
have? Okay,
Um, I'll show you on the call next time.
okay, for sure.
I'm for one of them though. I lost the card that you get from Rolex when you buy it.
Uh-huh.
They have like the authenticity
Yes.
card. I lost one of them, so I can't sell it. But the other one I still have.
Now
But
you can
yeah,
still
I'll show
sell it.
you. You could
You can
still
still sell it.
really
Yeah, yeah. You just
okay.
have to specify you don't have the card. You have the
Mm.
papers?
I have like the papers.
Yeah, if you
It has
have
a
the
serial
papers, you
number
can
and
still sell
everything.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
you can still
Yep.
sell it. You could
Okay.
definitely still sell it. The card won't stop you from selling it. I
Oh.
really love Rolexes. It's just something about it. Like, I don't know. It's just like it's a classy, it's classy at the same time. We can have it for on our wrist while we're selling it, clean it up,
Mm,
get it all nice again, and just sell it. Like. And it's just
gotcha.
it's just something that I'm really into. And I think that I also pull a profit in,
Hmm.
goal to make around 20% on a watch, even if we have to suffer and catch 7 to 10. It's
Yep.
okay. Because in the meantime, we're having fun with it, and we're building clientele.
Yep.
It's just something I want to build up. I got about 3 friends who are ready to do it, and we're gonna all
Mm.
try to just join in together. I don't want to just do it by myself. I want to bring my friends along with
So
me because they don't want to learn to trade.
expanding the business territory pretty much, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And
Nice.
I eventually I know it's kind of played out, but another thing I
No,
kind of
it's
want to
not played
start
out.
doing. No,
No.
no, 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 something else. I
Oh.
kind of want to, this is with trading. I kind of want to now I don't want to go into doing signals or stuff like that,
Hmm.
but I kind of do want to eventually open up to where we pass challenges for people.
Mm,
And that's kind of why like I'm just trying to get myself situated with my funding.
hmm.
Once I get around 600K and I can, what I'm saying, relax a little, not relax. I'm never going to relax. We're always going to push hard. But once I got at least max funding with my Forex funds, that's one thing I want to start doing is helping people get funded. I don't know about account management or something. Some of my buddies do that, but getting people funded would be pretty cool. I feel like that'd be a fun thing to do too.
We're gonna do it legit, unlike some people who like to
Yeah,
scam people.
yeah, yeah. we
Right?
ain't gonna we ain't
Yeah.
gonna drop no names, but I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say
Yep.
that'd be really cool because we're all genuine, and I just feel like that's what the industry needs is some genuine people. I don't really I don't want to be nobody I'm not. I just want to help people, and that's all what I've always been about. And I think
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool way,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
something cool.
yeah. I mean,
And
don't leave us.
also my eye. If anybody's looking at my eye, I got severe dry eye, and I messed up my eye by using the wrong eye drop, so it's inflamed today.
It's not
Yeah.
me or Juan. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Patrick actually punched me because I took too many losses on EU. He said, "Why'd you do that? You
Yeah.
didn't follow the rules." Nah, man, it was great. It was great
Yep.
talking, man. I've actually never done this, so it was actually
Hmm.
really cool, and I'm glad that I actually kind of, did
Yeah.
good. I probably talked too much,
No,
but
no, it's all right.
at the end of the day, I'm just glad that it went because sometimes I get like stage fright, and I'm kind of just
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
but I'm glad that didn't happen, and I'm glad we got some good charts to
Yeah.
go through. It was actually a pretty good week and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
actually looking forward to keeping doing stuff like this, and we just keep up with each other. You know what I'm saying? Next
Yep.
time I'm interviewing you.
Okay. Sure. I mean, if you want,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, I'll
But
interview you. Just let me know. I'm
okay.
gonna get them all wrote down. Hey,
Okay.
also, if anybody's
Uh,
watching, make sure you guys go get you a good journal. Like go get you a good journal, get
uh,
everything you need wrote down for your
hmm.
trading, and
Yes.
actually physically write it. Now,
Yep.
I write it down 3 different times when I write down my journaling, and I know you said
Mm.
we got to finish up, but this is something really critical to
Yeah,
trading.
go ahead.
But look, the way I do it is as I'm trading, I got an actual white notebook. I write down
Uh-huh.
everything I'm doing, my thought process and all.
Wow.
I have an actual journal, like a planner, and
Hmm.
I write down every day what profits I make, how many trades I take, and then it has a notes log. I write down what I did, and then I go
Hmm.
on my actual PC and the calendar app. I mark out on the very top the title of the event. I
Hmm.
mark out how much profit and loss, and then I put a note. And I detailed write down everything I do. And every single Friday night after I get off, I go back through and I look, and in my same journal at the very end, I log what I could have did better and what I need to tighten up on. And
Hmm.
that's something that I want to really, really, really crack down on for everybody. If you guys are even, if you guys really, really, really want to take it serious, you really need to take it serious and journal, because I used to sleep on it too. But how are you ever going to look back and fix what you got going on wrong if you don't have any data? Go
Exactly.
ahead and take it serious. Like
Yep.
it'll help you. It's something so small. It doesn't take but 5, 10 minutes. And it actually literally will help you feel way more intact with your trading. And you'll have something to look back on, go back over, and really, really, really dial in your trading.
Yep. I think all the top traders, journal. I think
Yes.
it's something you
No
must do.
matter how you
Yep.
do it, if you do it digitally on the computer, I do it all 3 ways, and I love doing it like that.
Hmm.
Like I got my rough draft, my white notebook. I actually also have it. Like I
Hmm.
don't know if you can see, but I write down. So if I'm ever
Yeah,
like
I see.
trading, this is from a minute ago, but this is like for that this is for that 100K challenge I'm doing right now. I got
Uh-huh.
$400 risk before commission, so with commission everything should be good.
Uh-huh.
I got 1.8 pip stop loss, how many lots it is, 2.3. I got everything wrote down.
Mm.
So there's no time I have to wait. So as soon as I see a trade, I see the POI, I'm like typing in my lots and I'm in. So just do whatever you got to do to be more efficient.
Hmm.
Don't ever feel like you're doing too much. Do extra so
Yep.
you can make sure,
Yep.
yeah, make a system and stick to it.
Yeah, listen, guys, journal. Always
Journal,
journal.
man.
Yep.
Journal,
Yep.
man. That's it. And stick to the rules. Stick to the
Yep.
plan you make.
Stick to your plan. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you, Anthony. Thank you for coming
Hey,
on.
thank you, man.
I'll
It's
put
been a
this out,
pleasure.
whenever, I start editing. After editing, I'll put it out. But thanks for coming on. We'll do this
For
again
sure.
sometime later this year.
Yeah, let's
And
get it, man.
let's hop on the next Zoom now.
Let's do it
Uh-huh.
when I get max funded too, because I want to
Okay.
celebrate.
Sure. Yeah, yeah,
All
let's do that. Okay.
right.
We'll
All
hop on
right,
the
man.
next Zoom. All right.
All right, brother.
All
Thank you,
right.
man.
Mm-hmm.